Hey, what's up everyone? So this video is going to be about the 7 rules for trading success. I did a YouTube shorts the other day regarding it. So this is going to be a more in-depth video to quickly go over the 7 kind of principles that I've learned in my trading journey. I've been doing this, off and on since about 2005, and then pretty much every single day since about 2018, right around there for it. So lost a lot along the way, gained some along the way. I'm starting to make a little money here trading. So this is me basically giving back for just the journey that I've been on and am currently on right now for trading. So starting off right now, the first thing that I just want to mention right now is that when you're trading out there, you're going to have losses no matter how you spin it. So what you have to do, I made these little slides right here real quick. What you have to do is just embrace your losses. There's no other way to put it. That you're going to have losses. It stinks, but hey, it's part of the training game. It is how you learn the fastest. So what I do is anytime I have a loss because the way I trade is if I try to break all of my setups that I create because I want to make sure they don't work. If they don't work, then I want to know they don't work and I can go on to a next one. So I do a lot of back testing to see if the trade setup does have potential, but you never fully know if it's going to work until you go live. So I back test it a lot. It looks like it's going to work. Then I immediately go live with it as quick as possible. And then I run it until I find out it doesn't work. And usually when I find out it doesn't work is because it gives me some losses. So it stinks, but is the best feedback mechanism you can get to let you know that whichever way you're trading, that it doesn't or it is not working out for you. So you either need to scrap what you're doing or fine tune it, maybe just make some adjustments here and there. It's a whole scope depending on what market you want to trade, what time frame you want to trade, how much capital you have to trade with, which we'll cover a little bit later in this video. But just want you to say that losses are not bad. They feel bad, they stink. Of course, everyone wants to make money. I'm not saying go out there and lose money on purpose, of course not. But when you have a loss from your trading and you need to figure out what went wrong, like say the setup that you have, you got in at your entry you wanted, everything, all your indicators were lined up perfectly depending on what you did, and it just didn't work out. Well, then go back and see, well, maybe that setup just isn't a good setup overall. But the goal is to go live as fast as possible because, again, we'll talk about a little bit later, more in depth, but fear and greed are the two biggest aspects of it that you're going to battle against every single trade. So when you're in a trade, the first rule, as I said, is to embrace your losses. Winners are great, but the losses are going to teach you a whole lot faster than your winners do. And so then going on to the second one over here is that trading, just like most things in life, it's a game when you break it down to it. I played a lot of video games growing up, still play them. Obviously not as much in my younger days, but it's a game. Trading's a game is what it is. You're trying to basically guess. Like if you look at the chart right here, what you're trying to do is, let me go over to another chart over right here. What you're trying to do is, we'll go over to the Russell 2000. You're trying to guess what the market's going to do going over to the right. So like, yeah, you can say, oh, this is what it did in the past. I predict it's going to do that same thing in the future. That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to predict what's going to happen in the future to the market. So when you see people out there doing all their videos and everything like that, everyone can make themselves look like a superstar, that they're the best trader ever by looking at past action for it, saying, oh, it did this, this, and this, just because, this, and this happened. But what you want to do is you're looking for, well, how you make money is we're predicting which way the market's going to go based upon whatever setups we have and everything like that. So we're predicting, like say right here at the Russell, the price right here is at 2051.7. So if I go long, if I'm looking to buy, I'm predicting the market's going up. If I'm shorting it, if I'm selling it, I'm predicting the market's going to go down. Those are the only two things that's going to happen to it. So trading is pretty much a game. You're just anticipating which way it's going to go. And just like a game, whether you're playing like a role-playing game, something like that, where you have your character, you're looking to increase his power, his different abilities and things like that. That's what you're doing with your trading. And again, that's why I recommend to go live with your trading as quick as possible rather than just do paper trading, because live trading, it makes you it smooths things out real fast to make you sure that either your trading style works or it doesn't work. Kind of like just in a game, you can try different combos and things like that, but hey, if it's not going to work, you're going to find out real fast because it's going to knock you down a peg or two. And trading is the exact same way. So go live as fast as you can, but just remember, this whole thing is a game, and the game can be broken down to, we are just predicting where we think the market's going to head off onto the right here, because everything to the left really doesn't matter. Let me zoom over here a little bit more. Everything over here to the left, it just it doesn't matter. We're predicting based upon, well, I guess close I can get it to, right at this bar right here. Do we think the market's going to go up from right here, because this is where it closed at, or do we think it's going to go down? And that's all trading is we're just predicting which way we think the market is going to go. So then going over to the third one over here, it leads us to now not just the predicting of the market, but we also have to find out what we want to trade right here. So you need to focus on what you want to trade, how you want to trade, when you want to trade, even why you want to trade, because focusing on the markets you trade is key. When I first started trading, I was doing stock markets. I was doing more of a swing type of trading, position type of trading. I've done so many different types of trading styles, and it took a long time for me to figure out exactly what I enjoy trading, because at the end of the day, you need to do what your psychological makeup is made for you. It's how you think, who you are, because every single person here on earth is different. We all think differently. No two people are the same. That's why I show all the trade steps that I'm currently taking, the ones I'm working on through my past videos. I don't hide anything. I show all the trades that I'm looking at taking, ones I have taken, ones that worked, ones that didn't work, and I'm constantly refining it. But it took me years to find out exactly how I like to trade and why I like to trade. I like to trade the futures markets. Right here's the S&P 500. I like trading that. I trade the Russell 2000 right here, the Dow Jones, crude oil, and NASDAQ. And then my longer term stuff, I do cryptocurrency, especially like Bitcoin and stuff like that. But there's long term, I have some stocks over here that I look at. There's like Exxon, Facebook, Netflix, things like that. But again, those are long term trades. I trade those on the daily and weekly charts. For my day trading, I trade mainly off the 15-minute chart for the S&P 500, Russell 2000, Dow Jones, crude oil, and NASDAQ. But it took me years to figure that out. That's how I like to trade. Like I said, I started off first trading the stock market. I did options in the stock market. Then I finally found the futures markets, did that for a little while, but then I switched over to Forex. I did that for a couple of years. I traded Forex. And then after that, I got back into trading the futures markets, especially when they created the micro contracts for it, because then you only needed a tenth of the capital of what you originally need to use to trade the futures markets out there. So ever since then, pretty much 2018, I've been strictly day trading the futures markets right here, and consistently too. Just about every single day whenever I could, as long as for my other job, my work job, that I wasn't, traveling or doing something like that. Especially with the advent of TradingView that came around, now you can, you just have to have an internet connection. You can log into it, use their accounts and everything. Where before, I used a NinjaTrader, MetaTrader 4. There's some other ones I used out there and everything like that, but you have the programs for it. So, anyways, before I get too off topic here, you need to find out what markets you want to trade, what time frames you want to trade, and then of course how much money you have to trade, because that's going to be the biggest thing. If you don't have enough capital to fund your trading to where you get in a trade, if you get in a trade and you're immediately thinking, like, if it starts going against you and you're thinking, oh man, I got to get out, this is too much, I'm losing too much, you have too small a capital. You're either trading too much or you need to build up your capital to get in there. Because the way I try to trade is that pretty much every trade I get into, I'm not nervous about losing that money that I'm into. Yeah, it stings. Of course, I don't want to lose it, but when I get into it, because right now I'm just trading the micro contracts, is when I get into it, like, I'm not worried about it. If I lose it, hey, that stings, but you know what? It's not going to bust me at all. It's not going to really do anything for it. It's just going to be a slight little loss, a slight little, instead of like, say my chart was like, you want to go from the bottom left to the top right. Here's like the y-axis right here. Here's the x-axis right there. You obviously want, your cash, your profit to go in just like that, straight up at a 45-degree angle. But it's not always like that. Sometimes it'll go up, then you'll take some losses, it'll go down, but then you'll win some more, and then maybe you lose some more, then you win some more like that. You kind of want to be like a stair stepping up right here. So make sure that whatever market you're trading, you have more than enough capital for it to where when you get into the trade, you're not immediately, the fear versus greed aspect takes over. And we'll touch on that later because that's the most extremely important psychological aspect. So focus on the market you want to trade, focus on the time frames you want to trade, and then get enough money to trade in that market and not be worried about taking a loss or two where it's going to cripple your account. Because if you're trading with scared money, it's done. You're not going to win. You're going to not let your take the winners as high as you need to go, and you're going to take too many losers. And already, if you're fearful getting in of losing the money as soon as you get into it, that's it. I'm sorry, because I've been there before. I'm just telling you all this from experience right here. I've been there before. I've lost money because I traded way above where I should have been trading, and it's scared money. If you got scared money in there, yeah, you're going to lose very, very fast. So find out the market you want to trade, find out the time frame you want to trade, and then go from there. Make sure you have enough money. So focus on those three things for that aspect of it. Then the next one right here is. The joy is in the journey right here. That's one of the reasons why I started chronicling my trades on YouTube. It's kind of like a diary for me, so I can go back and see over the years kind of what works and what hadn't worked. I'd created a website that I'd have to actually update. I changed the back end, the support of the company that was not the host of it, but the framework for it. So I have to go back and do all the work myself. So I need to go do that because it's kind of like a diary for me to keep track of how my trading has changed over the years, see what works and see what hasn't worked. But also as well is throughout this journey, what I've learned and what I can share with people that hopefully that mistakes I've made in my trading journey that they or you won't have to make yourself. Because if you can learn from someone else's mistakes, then you're going to be a very smart person out there. And I've made a lot of mistakes in trading before, made some good money before, lost a lot of money before, and it's that fear versus greed sort of thing. But the thing about it is, it's not at the end of the day. I would love, it is my goal to be making so much money trading that I never have to worry about a job anymore. Just money's rolling in hand over fist. I know that I can go print money from trading. I'm not there yet, but that is the goal. But if I just focused on that being my end goal here, I wouldn't enjoy this whole process because I enjoy trading. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the journey. I enjoy the challenge. It's a challenge every single day to figure out, okay, what has been working, what has not been working, how can I refine it to make it better and what works for me. Because I don't go and look at other people's YouTube videos anymore looking for their trading styles. I used to go spend tons of time on different forums, chatting with different traders. I've made some good friends over the years from some traders out there, but for the most part, I just focus on me internally, what works for me and how can I make it better. I've seen literally thousands and thousands of videos, hours of videos over there of watching people trade. I've read hundreds of books about trading, psychology, money management. Started with the Peter Lynch books, who's a huge fund manager. Back when I got started, this is right when Jim Cramer started coming out on CNBC, and he made it entertaining, which is cool, but that's a whole nother story right there. But anyways, it's all about the journey. So yes, it's great to have goals, but it's more important to have a system. Yeah, you can say, I want to make, $2 million a year trading. That's great, but how are you going to get there? You need to create the system, something that you can follow every single day that's going to get you one step closer to that end goal. So have a system and enjoy the journey, enjoy the process there, because you'll have some good days and you'll have some bad days. But we'll talk about this in number 7, is that keep showing up every single day for trading. All right, yeah, and then the next one right here, it's kind of same thing about the joys in the journey. Share your knowledge, because that's how you're going to develop that mastery for your trading. And again, that's why I created my YouTube channel, and that's why I have my website for it, because I wanted to share things that I've used along the way or things I've learned in this journey that have helped me out. So then maybe it can help other people to use those same things. And I think for just about every single thing I've ever said, I think my website, I have some affiliate products for like some books and stuff like that. But outside of that, I don't have any training courses for sale. I don't do one-on-one training right now because I'm not going to offer it until I'm making so much money out there that I don't need that money, whether it's coming in from courses or trading. So until I'm making like so much money where like I don't need, like I just mentioned, where I don't need money coming in from training courses. I don't need money coming in from one-on-ones. I'm not going to trade because that would be everything I can't stand in this whole market. Is you have all these gurus out there, and people who are only making money selling their $2,000 a year trading course or their $200 a month trading room, where they never show how much money they make at all because they're not making any money. They're just making money off the people paying them every single month to be in that trading room and to be for their coaching services and things like that, but they never provide any proof. And so when I'm making enough money to where that type of money is like no big deal, I will gladly show you my proof, because I go through AMP Futures for my futures trading, and they send me a daily profit and loss column. Then they send a yearly profit and loss column, for tax purposes and things like that. And I'll put that right on my website to show everyone that, hey, I'm the real deal. I'm making money. You can trust me. But I'll never sell a product or service like that outside of like affiliate links for things I've used that I do recommend. I'm for it. So anyways, I'm going off on a whole nother tangent over there. But the main thing about it is I want to share what I've learned, what's worked, and probably more importantly, what has not worked for me, to hopefully help others, because the teachers out there are going to be the masters of their craft. So the more I can learn, the more I can teach and share with others, that makes me a better trader, because then it makes me able to put my thoughts into words that hopefully can support some other traders out there. So, sharing the knowledge is the key to mastery. All right, and then rule number 6 right here. This is a extremely big one right here. 1 second, let me take a little drink of my LaCroix here. This is it right here. This is all about psychology in trading. And the only thing you need to know about it is every single trade you will get in, you will have on one side of the equation fear, and the other side greed, and each of them are going to compete with each other every single trade you're in, no matter what. If someone comes and says, "Oh, I've conquered fear versus greed. I'm never fearful in my trading more," or greed never touches me, they're a complete liar. They are absolutely complete liar, and they're trying to sell you something, because you will never fully get rid of your fear and your greed. The only way you get rid of it is when you die, and you don't have to deal with those anymore. But until then, you're alive on this earth. For every single human psychology, you'll have the fear aspect and you have the greed aspect when you're in a live trade. Now, when you're paper trading, this doesn't apply at all. 0%. That's why I recommend get into a live trade, because this right here can make or break you, or it will make or break you, the fear versus greed aspect. And so with paper trading, you don't have that in there because it's not real money. Deep down it's not real money. So, but even if you're trading 1 cent, just your flip switch is going from that paper trading over into that live trading, where the fear aspect and the greed aspect kick in. Now, over the years, have I learned to manage it better? Yes, of course, and that is the goal. You want to learn how to manage your fear, and you want to learn how to manage your greed. But almost every single trade I'm in, I still feel that tick. I still feel a little pull back there of like, say, every single trade you have the fear aspect, and every single trade you'll have the greed aspect. So the goal is for you to manage it. And the only way you'll learn how to manage it properly is to get into those live trades. So again, this point, builds off the other ones. I think it was point 2 out there I had. Oh, what was it? I think I mentioned that focus is key. Yeah, make sure you have enough money. Make sure you have money in your account, and that's where this fear versus greed comes from. Because if you have enough money in your account, and you're trading small enough to where it's not going to impact you, then you negate that fear versus greed aspect, that battle going on inside of you. But if you're maxing out to the extreme as far as your margin and everything like that, and if the price just goes against you a little bit, and you're going to get a margin call on you, well, then you're screwed right there. That fear versus greed is going to just overtake you. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just human psychology. That's why you want to trade small, trade slow, and have more than enough capital, because you want to make trading boring. Because at the end of the day, trading should not be exciting. If you're getting excited in trades, because when I first started back in about 2010 or 11 day trading, I would get into trades. I was so excited, man. That adrenaline was just pumping. It was going. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. And then looking back, of course, I blew that account because I was nowhere near ready to trade. It was a great learning experience because I learned how, not to do a lot of things. And one of the things is you should not get excited at trading. Like trading nowadays, to me, it's boring because I know the setups I'm looking for, I know the entries I'm looking at, I know the exits I'm looking for. And if price goes against me, I'm not worried about it because I have other stops in place to recognize, like, hey, maybe this isn't right, you need to get out, or it's okay. Sometimes it goes against you. Just wait for it. It's going to turn around. And so that's how I've negated that fear versus greed. I have more than enough capital to trade with, and I know my trading systems like the back of my hand. Like I said, I know my entries, I know my exits, I know the spots to look for if the trade isn't working out exactly how I thought it would work out. So the fear versus greed is the most important psychological aspect that you have to learn to manage, and the best way to learn that is to trade live. Paper trading will not get you there at all. The one good thing paper trading is for is just for you identifying the setups, to identify the entry point you're looking for, and of course to have your exit set up, before you get into the trade. That's what those things are good to look for. But when you really want to see if your trading setup works, you have to go live. You have to experience the internal fear versus greed for yourself, so you'll be able to manage it. And then lastly, right here, got one more. And again, this is kind of like what I talked about earlier, is the journey. The journey for it. Enjoy the process, the whole process. That's why I do this. I trade almost as long as I'm not traveling or something like that. I trade every single day. Monday through Friday, unless I'm taking a day off, I'm sick or something like that. Otherwise, I'm up front of the charts, I'm trading, but I don't get every trade. There's some trades I miss and stuff like that. I'm doing something else or something, never. But I enjoy the journey. I enjoy kind of like the feedback loop of the continuous cycle of I'm looking to improve on my trade setups. I'm looking to improve, to maximize, when I'm in there. But I still make mistakes. There's times, like I just mentioned for the sixth principle was the fear versus greed. It still impacts me. There's still times I'm in a trade. I've made good money, but hasn't hit my profit target yet. But I get fearful that it's going to turn around and go against me. So I'll go ahead and I'll take that money off the table. Yeah, it's great taking a profit, but then of course what happens? It goes right up and runs into my profit target. Where if I've just waited another 15 minutes, it would have netted me another 20% profit on that trade right there. So that's the fear versus greed aspect. But at the end of the day, I enjoy the journey. I enjoy the challenge of it because it's a challenge against myself. Basically, it's for me trying to figure out how I can improve as a trader every single day. And when I make a mistake, admit I make a mistake, go back, see what I did wrong, and see what I can do to fix it to get better in the future. So I have to keep, and you have to keep, just showing up every single day, because not every day is going to be a great day out there. Some days you're going to take some losses out there and it's going to stink. I've done that before. Out through the course since, when I started doing this back in 2005, I've probably blown, 4-5 accounts, some stock trading accounts, some futures accounts. Those are mainly through trading rooms, and that's a whole nother video I'll take about trading rooms. I'll go off right here. Last tangent I'm going to do. If you're going to join a trading room, especially if they're charging you like a couple grand to get in there, and of course, $50, $100 a month to stay in there so they can show you their trade setups and stuff, don't do it. Please do not do it. Take that money and go trade live with it. I guarantee you, you will learn way more than you would by following someone else's trading room, who that person, I can 99.9% guarantee you, does not make money trading. They're making money off of, you paying them a couple grand to get their system, and then a couple $100 a month or $100 a month or whatever to stay in their trading room. Take all that money, go trade live for yourself. If you're going to, because I'll guarantee you're going to lose it through the trading room. I pretty much virtually guarantee you're going to lose it trading through a trading room. So if you're going to lose it, do it by yourself. You'll learn far more that way. For it. But anyway, sorry, last tangent I was going to go off with, but just show up every single day. When you have bad days, bad weeks, sometimes even bad months, take some time off. I've taken months off before I could get my mind right to go back and start training again. So that's going to be it for closing it up for kind of like the 7 kind of pillars of the things I've really learned for myself, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked. But that's kind of like the overall framework. Think of those as like the picture frame, and within the picture is your trading journey for it. That you're the artist, you're drawing that picture right now. But these are kind of like those 7 principles I just mentioned, are the frame for it, and that's gonna develop your framework for how you want to be a successful trader. So I'll keep making these YouTube videos as long as I'm trading. I'll need to start updating my website, but hopefully this has helped you out a little bit, just gives you like a little bit of an insight of kind of like what it takes and what you need for this trading journey, because it's a marathon, not a sprint. I mean, this thing is, hopefully I'll be doing this until the day I die. That's my goal, because I enjoy it. So anyways, y'all take care out there, and talk to y'all later. Bye.